All right, Kevin, it is one of those things, you think about it, 30 years of combines, roughly. What's changed? Give me your thoughts about all of this.
From a football perspective, not a lot. From this, the media, the interaction with the fans in the stadium itself, we've seen that grow over the years, and we understand it. It's a big event, and it's a big event for our league, but we never want to lose perspective on it. It's an evaluation tool for the personnel folks, the coaches, the GMs, the scouts, and we don't want to lose that perspective, but it's grown and good for the game, but we still want to hone in on what we need to get done this week.
Absolutely. Now, I have to ask this, obviously this is your last combine in the official capacity of general manager. Just kind of, what does this mean, this culmination, and kind of, as you get to this point, how does it feel as far as how you're going through this process if this is the last official capacity as that general manager?
We're so wrapped up in the given tasks that we have to do. Tonight we'll have meetings, tomorrow then the on the field. Events will start to happen, so really we're focused in. We really don't think about anything outside.
Yeah.
There will be times for that, but I think what I'm reminded of, the importance of this and making sure we stay focused on this so that we come out of this more prepared to hopefully make some successful transactions.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to have to ask a historical perspective question. You know, as you look at kind of your timeline, your history, I know people don't really talk about that a lot. Why football? Just because you had you were coaching in baseball and basketball, and you had all these other facets. What drew you to football?
Football in my family, actually my brother's putting together a little biography on the football in our family. And we had uncles that played in college, my brothers played in college. We continue to grow through really a 40-year span where there's been so many people. Football has been a huge part of my family since I can remember, because I watched my brothers play as I was growing up, and I was never a great player, but the game itself was huge. And then growing up in Pittsburgh and growing with the '70s Steelers and remembering how special that was. Football is just a big part of Western Pennsylvania, and it's a huge part of our personal fabric, and it's fortunate that I've been able to be in this game for that long a time.
And so I have to make this statement because this is the correlation. You know, for you, you are what Dick Haley was to the '70s Steelers for literally the entire 21st century that the Steelers have been here when you think about that totality. I mean, we talked about that meaning, but what does that mean to know that you got to come back home and do it in this capacity, in this city, and be in a place that was so familiar where you grew up? What does that mean to have been a part of the Steelers?
It really, again, it hits home, but it doesn't. I mean, the Rooneys and myself, we went to the same high school, North Catholic.
Yeah.
And to come back and to be part of this organization, an organization you admired from afar for so many years, to be part of it, sometimes it's not realistic. We always talk about being in our office and Mr. Rooney 2 doors down and Art 2 doors down and Bill Nunn sitting in a room. We talked recently with Coach Cowher going in the Hall of Fame along with Bill, and at any given meeting we might have had Dick LeBeau, Bill Cowher, Bill Nunn, Mr. Rooney sticking his head in saying, how's it going? And we might have been talking about Troy or Allen in those meetings. So sometimes we have to pinch ourselves and realize how special it was, but those folks never made it special on their end from an expectation. It was just how we were all trying to work together. And you know, I'll sit back and reflect on how special those moments were. And again, we never wanted to take any of that for granted, but it was truly an opportunity that none of us could ever plan on or understand fully.
With the GM search, obviously we've seen the external candidates, but we also know there's 2 internal candidates, Omar Khan and Brandon Hunt. Can you just talk briefly just about what each of them bring to the situation and bring to what could be potentially a great fit at the GM position, and why those were the 2?
Yeah, we have great candidates, as you mentioned, in Brandon and Omar. Brandon's grown in the personnel side of things throughout his time with us. Omar's grown in the cap operations part, but he's also been involved in the personnel side, maybe not as an evaluator, but understanding the evaluation process. So we have 2 highly qualified internals. We need to go outside, though, to enhance and make sure that we're making the right decisions, because sometimes when you go outside, you might find another person that's capable, but it also might enhance the folks that you have inside when you say, well, wait a minute, we have two folks that can do it. So I can't say you don't go outside, because I came from the outside, yeah. But you also have to understand we got some real good, capable folks that can do this job, and hopefully when we make the decision, we'll make the best decision.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you, Kevin, so much. It's been
All
a
right,
pleasure
Max,
as always.
Thank you.